So here we've got to find the roots of a quadratic, but as you can see, there's no factors of 10 which add up to 10. So we need to use our minus b formula. So we're going to be having a look at that now. So our first step is to label a, b, and c. And so a in this case is 3, which is the coefficient of x squared. B is 10, and c is 10 as well. So we're just reading the numbers here so far, nothing too complicated. And now we're just going to plug them in. So x is equal to minus b, or minus 10, plus or minus the square root of b squared. So 10 squared is 100. So that's the value of b squared, times 4 times, or minus 4 times 3 times 10. So that's our 4ac. That's all over 2a, which is 2 times 3, which is equal to 6. And you can feel free to pause at any stage if you want to double check any of your work. But we're going to press on here and find actually what our roots are. So we've got minus 10, and then we're just going to simplify this square root a bit. So what we've basically got inside the square root is 100 minus 120. So that means we've got the square root of minus 20. So we're going to have to deal with that in a second. And this is all over 6. And so in terms of the square root of minus 20, this can be rewritten as square root of minus 5 times the square root of 4. And because the square root of 4 is 2, what we can rewrite this as is 2 times the square root of minus 5, or in other words, 2 root 5 I. Because we're just taking out the square root of minus 1 again, and that's the same thing as I. And so to continue with finding our roots, we can just plug this back in. So now we've got a 2 root 5i on the top, and the last step is just going to be to first of all divide everywhere by 2, which is going to give us 5 plus or minus root 5i all over 3, and then lastly we can just separate our roots. So our first one is 5 over 3 plus root 5 over 3i, and our second is going to be the same thing but just with a minus in the middle. And one last thing is that we're actually missing a minus sign, so we have a minus 10 here, a minus 5, and then a minus in front of our 2 roots as well.